Maybe women can explain to me in the comments section why this happens, but I'm just being an observer, okay? Now, you guys hear women say, the guy should have put on a condom. The guys be getting these women pregnant. These guys be just effing everything that moves. These women just don't have any control over who gets them pregnant because the guy done sold them pipe dreams. The guy. Tell me this. Do you think that Nicki Minaj and Rihanna didn't have some of these same boys around them and having sex with them? But how did they manage to not get pregnant until they was almost 40 years old? Let's talk about it. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Dutch, the Black Non-Democrat. And if you're finding my channel on YouTube for the first time and enjoy this content, please make sure that you hit that like button so someone else can enjoy the content as well. Don't you be stingy with it. And if you really enjoy this content, hit that subscribe button. Bam! Right there, baby. Let's get this video started. Alright folks, on today's video we're going to be talking about whose fault is it that these women get pregnant in the first place. See, I go through back and forth with women on my channel, and I will be doing a live show tonight on this topic. So if this video is out today and I do get monetized, you can come over to the live stream. But if you're watching it on the playback, it'll be at the end of this video, the whole live stream, baby, so we can get into the nitty-gritty of what I'm talking about today. Now, the thing is, these women, they come to my channel and mainly off of the guy who had 7 kids with 7 baby mothers. That triggered a lot of women to come out the woodwork like,
he should have did this, he should have did that. It is both their fault because it takes 2 to tangle, and all of these women didn't just, get pregnant on their own, Dutch.
I get it, and I understand what you're saying. Now, at the end of the day, I am not saying that this guy is not an F-boy. I am not saying that this guy is not a deadbeat. I am not saying that this guy isn't reckless with his penis. Now, at the end of the day, I can say that about that guy, and I will chastise that guy all day long. But at the end of the day, just like if I'm talking about a kid, right, and this kid is bad, this kid is horrible, I can just say all of the messed up things that he did, and oh my God, he's out robbing everybody, he's stealing cars, he's shooting people, this 13-year-old boy is running wild. I can say all of that, ladies, but the end result of my thought would be what? Who raised him? Where's his parents at? Where's his mother? Where's his father? I blame them for how they raised this child, how they put this child in certain conditions where he felt he had to go out and take cars, like in DC. You guys remember that story? This little 13-year-old boy in DC was out stealing cars, and a vigilante came out and shot him, and now he's dead, you see? But I didn't really look at that boy and be like, okay, it's his fault. No, it's his parents' fault for allowing that little boy to even get in that position to have to steal cars. See, accountability falls, people, on the first domino. You gotta understand this. I can have all millions of dominoes fall, but they will not fall unless that first domino falls. You see? That first decision making by this woman is what we talk about, ladies. I am not saying that that man have no fault. I am not saying that that man didn't get you pregnant. I am not saying that that man shouldn't hold his responsibility or tackle his responsibility for what he did. But All I'm saying is the inline of that thought process, just like with the 13-year-old. I can chastise him all day, but that inline thought will always go right back to you, ladies. If I was a detective, the detective don't know what's going on. The detective don't know who shot who. But at the end of the day, the detective take little things. Okay, bad. Okay, his statement said this. Oh, this evidence says this. And it always lead them right back to the perpetrator. And this perpetrator put in motion every little crumb and every little piece of evidence and statement from people. He put into play of all of what the detective found, you see? And yes, the guy, the man, is the evidence of her decision making. Like I told you guys in the beginning of this video, Rihanna was on the national stage. She was pregnant again, right? With a belly bump on the Super Bowl, right? And she was so proud up there dancing.
Oh, nah, nah, what's my name? Oh, nah, nah.
I know I can't sing, but she was up there, oh, nodding it like a motherfucker, right? Now, the thing is, she opened her little vest thing and her coat, and it was a baby bump right there. But Rihanna had a baby, I think, 2 years ago, right? Didn't she? With A$AP Rocky. Now they're not married. I wish they just go ahead and get married and start having the babies. But anyway, she decided to now have babies. Do you think Rihanna was not having sex, a lot of sex with a lot of dudes over the years? Do you really think she wasn't? Now, let's go to Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj talks about this all in her rhymes. I mean, she talks about it all day long, about how much D-I-C-K she gets. But she didn't get pregnant until she wanted to. Now, it's questionable of who got her pregnant and who she allowed to get her pregnant, but that's not the point. The point is, Nicki Minaj waited all these years until she wanted to have children. At the end of the day, ladies, and this is a fact, this is nothing but a fact, and you cannot argue this. So when you try to argue this, I'm just going to write fact. If you, as a woman, do not want to be pregnant, guess what? You, as a woman, will not get pregnant. I tell my daughters this. My daughters have that wherewithal, and they have the wherewithal to understand that once I put this decision into motion, a lot of things can transpire after that. See, I'm not saying that my daughters won't make a mistake, but what I'm saying is they are going to make the mistakes. It's like cognitive dissonance when you actually do the thing that you know not to do. See, they're not going to be ignorant to these things. They're going to be doing them because they want to do it. They're not going to go out into the world, and I am not ever going to have my children go out into the world without this information. But guess what? Most people that have that information, like Rihanna and Nicki Minaj, most people that have that information will abide by those rules and will abide by the understanding and logic that it is your body. It is your choice, sweetheart. So at the end of the day, you can't blame that man for something that you decided to do. It's like a house. I have a house, right? And if I let that thief come into my house, but that thief showed me someone else, it's still upon me. Yes, that thief is a thief, and that thief should go to jail. That thief should go to jail. My item is not in my house because of that thief. But at the end of the day, my end result thought would be, okay, how did I make that mistake? What do I have to do in the future to understand how to point out these thieves? I got to do hindsight 2020. I got to really think about what I did to miss that. You see? And that's how I can move forward with people that come into my house. And you got to do the same thing with your vagina. At the end of the day, it's yours, you see? And yes, sometimes they get through, but you have to understand how to analyze that situation and stop blaming him. Yes, he came in and shut up your club because he sold you some pipe dreams. Cool, but at the end of the day, boo-boo, you got to keep it moving though. And you got to look for red flags. And that's why women have all of these babies by all of these men. Because at the end of the day, they don't look at themselves in the situation. They don't see what they did wrong, so they can look for the red flags in the next guy. Because they're so focused on blaming this guy that the next guy come along and do the same exact thing. The same exact thing. You see what I'm saying? So if you would have took the first guy and understood F-boys do this, I guarantee that the next time you come into contact with that, you will be like that. You see? And he wouldn't even have the opportunity to get you pregnant. That's all I got. Y'all go down in the comment section. Tell me what you think. And on top of that, women, do you guys understand what we're saying? We're not saying that the man don't have any accountability. Child support let him know that every day. The society lets him know that every day. He is shamed. I don't know no man out here that's saying, well, except for that guy in that video. He was proud to be a deadbeat. But usually, deadbeats are really shameful. Like, they're not just going around saying, hey, I don't take care of my kids. No, it's shameful to be a deadbeat in today's society. But y'all let me know in the comment section your thoughts on the situation. And on top of that, shout out to all of the ladies who did manage to, keep it tight, keep it right until they actually wanted kids. Y'all stay unplugged from false narratives. I'm out. Peace. Y'all be safe.